Look at these wonderful, I guess these are art filters again, are they?
Yeah, that's another one of the art filters. It's in fact the same art filter that I used for that big print earlier. So this is what's called the dramatic tone, and this is the dramatic tone 2, which is a high contrast black and white. Okay. So
how cool is that one with social networking? With maybe it might be you know, your Facebook page or something like that. The fun that you can have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Magic you can create.
Yeah, definitely. And because once again you're using that professional grade sensor, you're also getting that depth in your photo as well. So the subject's in focus, but what's behind her is actually out of focus.
I mean, these look like people who are professional photographers have been taking these photos, but anyone can do them.
Exactly right.
Anyone.
Like I said before, this is just an art filter. Okay,
Yeah.
That's nothing that I've done in camera or on computer afterwards. This is straight.
It's all it's all in house in a sense, in camera.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now, this is one of my favourites. This is called the pop art. It's a colour intensifier. Okay, so the graffiti. See how bright and vibrant.
Intensifies all the greens, the reds, the yellows, the blues. Everything pops, and hence the name. Pop
Not
art.
only does that work well in that sort of scenario, but it also works really well with things like sunrises and sunsets.
Oh, some of my favourites. I love that. Oh, wow.
So it brings out those nice pink. This was over in Rotorua last week, actually. So I was there. But also it's got so much sensitivity in that sensor because it is that professional grade sensor. Not only do you get that lovely colour in the sky, but you also get that really nice silhouette.
It's stunning.
Of the swan as well.
So did you treat that or do anything? It's just all from.
This is all in camera.
In camera.
I'm going to show you how to do it right now.
Can we do that?
It's so simple. Okay, so on the top of this camera, if we zoom in on that there, what we'll actually see is a top dial. So I'm just going to point to it there. So it's just this top dial here. Now, on the top dial, oh, sorry, it's that top dial there. Now, on the top dial, there we go, here we go. Okay, so on this top dial, all you have to do is go to the art mode.
Love it.
Okay, now I'm going to turn the camera on so we can see what happens next.
And how many different art filters are there?
There's actually 11
different art filters. So that's what we get to select now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to see on the screen here is the different art filters you can select from, and all you have to do is press the up and the down button. There we go, the up and the down button to select the filter that you actually want to apply. Now, what's really cool, I was telling you before, WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. Now, if I go to the gentle sepia, I'm going to press OK here. You're going to see
what you get here. You're right.
You're going to see how that photo is going to turn out straight away.
Gee, that's fast.
Okay. Yeah. So, like we said before, world's fastest autofocus. It's got 35 points of autofocus. Can shoot it up to 9 frames a second as well, and you get that. What you see is what you get experience also. Now, see how there's that square around my face?
It likes you.
Yeah, it's one of our new technologies. It's called face detection, okay? What it actually does is actually prioritises my face when it focuses in the shot, okay?
That's cool.
Now,
go back to the left again. Look really funny. It follows every little movement.
Yeah,
look
that's
away.
right. So if I move around, that square will also move around as well. It'll make sure that when the camera focuses, it focuses on the person. Now, let me give you a scenario where that'll be really, really useful. You're taking a photograph, you're on holiday, you're taking a photo of someone with something amazingly scenic in the background, okay? By default, normal cameras, what they'll do, they'll tend to focus on the biggest thing in the photo, which tends to be that thing in the background.
Which is not really what we want.
That's right. We want the person to be in focus. So the face detection is going to go, wait a second, there's a person in this shot. I'm going to make sure that that person is in focus when you take the photo. Every single time? Every single time. That'll actually do that up to 8 faces.
Wow, so the family portrait is sharp as.
Absolutely. So, so you'll actually see those squares come up around all those 8 people.
Now, I had a good question too. Is this a touch screen?
It is a touch screen.
Does it manoeuvre around? Can we move the screen?
Okay, so answering 2 things there.
Yep.
Yes, it is a touch screen. So it does have a particular function called touch focus auto-focusing. And to take a photo, all you have to do is actually touch on the back of it and it'll actually take a photo. It'll actually focus on the point that you actually touched on. Okay,
let's do that again.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking more just anywhere. So if I really want to touch right where Quet is, there we are.
So if we have a look at that photo, if we have a look at that photo that we just took there, if we zoom in on me, notice how I'm in focus there.
There we go. And so you can zoom in to a particular part of that picture too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So brilliant.
Really, really nice and sharp.
And by the way, it was all back to front and inside out. I wasn't even looking. And I literally just touched it.
You navigated that very, very well.
Very, very smart camera.
So, touch AF autofocus. You can use that screen, but it's also a tiltable screen as well.
Show you that.
All right. So what's really important about this tiltable screen, for myself, look, I'm not going to lie, I'm not the tallest guy around, and there have been scenarios where I, say, for example, have been caught behind the crowd.
Did they give you the cheap seats at the back of the stadium? You thought, how am I going to see the stage?
Exactly right. They did it to me again.
So a big concert's coming. You're thinking, OK, I'm going to go and see Guns N' Roses when they're playing. So, grab this. Hold it up.
Yep.
Tilt that down.
Tilt that down. Hold it above your head.
Fire
take
away.
shot. You can see exactly what you're pointing the camera at because that screen tilts.
I can see you guys at home look fantastic. What a good-looking audience.
So it's got that tiltable screen on there. It's also got that full touch screen interface as well. Now, what's really important about this particular screen is that it's using a particular technology called OLED, so organic LED, light emitting diode. Now, a whole heap of jargon. What does it actually mean? In terms of the actual screen technology itself, it's one of the most advanced screen technologies that you can get. Normally with normal LCD screens, which are what you'll find on your normal digital cameras, especially in overly bright scenarios. So say, for example, if you're outdoors and the sun's shining on the screen itself, it can sometimes be very difficult to actually see what's on that screen itself. The organic LED, it actually allows you to see the screen really, really clearly, even in bright sunlight.
And don't forget, if you're thinking how slow is this camera, because sometimes people get a bit frustrated with the shutter and take the photo, it's the world's fastest.
Yes, it is the world's fastest autofocusing camera, and it shoots at 9 frames a second as well.
Can you give us a demo of the 9 frames? You have a listen
Absolutely.
to this at home.
Well, actually, let me show you how to get into it first.
Okay, please.
Okay, so really, really simple. On the top dial again, if we go back to that top dial, what we have are a number of different options. So I'm going to go to the scene selection mode. Really nice and simple. Now, you've got the choice of 23 scenes that you can select from. Now, once we go into that particular menu, what we can do is go down into your various settings. Now, the one I'm looking for is sport. Because if you think about it, sport, fast movements, that sort of stuff. Now, if I press OK, I'll go into the sports mode. Now, this is ready to fire. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So this is now set to 9 frames a second.
Oh.
So
just hold the shutter down.
Yeah, you just keep holding that shutter down. So that's what 9 frames per second sounds like. Now, you talk about those professional photographers when they're at those sporting events. Yeah. That's all they're doing. They're just taking one after.
Their cameras are thousands and thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. But you are getting extraordinary value for money with this particular camera because it focuses as well. It is the fastest focusing camera on the market, but it shoots so quick as well. So it's perfect for, say, for example, well, it's winter. So all your winter sports, your soccer, your footy, your netball, all that sort of stuff. It's perfect for those scenarios.
And Penny wanted to know really quickly, can we show how we interchange the lenses? Well,
Yeah,
Penny,
absolutely.
have a look at this, because you're probably thinking if you are doing a bit of sporting, I want a bit more zoom, right?
Yeah, that's right. So that's
the cheap seats at the back.
Yeah, exactly right.
Last minute.
So that is the zoom lens that we use. Very, very nice and simple to change your lenses. You've got a little button on the left-hand side, or our viewer's right-hand side of the camera. If you press on that button and then turn that lens anti-clockwise, that lens will just come off. Really nice and simple. Now, let's say, for example, we wanted to put on that zoom lens. How do we do that? Now, what you'll see on our lens here, there we go, is this red dot. Okay?
Got it.
What you see on the camera is also a red dot.
Marry them up.
That's right. So all you have to do is line those red dots up and then turn clockwise until you hear it click.
You're in. Done.
And it's changed. So very, very simple to do.
And that zoom lens comes with it, Penny.